Hello, welcome back, folks. Aaron here with more again, and today will be another figure review, as we're going to be doing another of my Godzilla figures. This one's actually going to something I've actually had for the longest time. This right here is going to be the 1998 Zilla from the movie Godzilla from 1998, made by TriStars Entertainment and produced by Sony. For those who want to know, this is actually one of the Godzilla movies that was very controversial for those who know about it, because what's it called? They changed the whole design. They changed the whole aspect of Godzilla. They took away the whole God in Godzilla and made it more animalistic. A lot of people didn't like the movie. I liked it. I liked the design. What's it called? I am in the belief, what's it called? If they should have really not gone with the Godzilla name, they should have just gone with just a generic lizard name. Like Zilla's fine. This is the official name for it. Its official name is Zilla. And I think it works well as a regular B movie. But what's it called? Yeah. But like I said before, this is actually something I've had for the longest time. I actually got this in a flea market back in I think in like in the mid 2000s. What's it called? Back when I was a kid. What's it called? My parents took me to a flea market. We used to go a lot, like on weekends, like Saturday morning, because that's when you get the best deals in flea markets. Pretty sure my dad used to get what's it called, lawnmowers and some other stuff, mechanical stuff for cars and stuff. And my mom used to just shop around for just anything useful for like the dining rooms and stuff, or for the house that we need. And just as a kid, and this is actually where you used to get a lot of the old fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If people remember that, because that's where a lot of the flea market is. Because it's Yu-Gi-Oh was still, I think, still barely coming out, so trying to get the cards was very difficult. But yeah, when perusing around, I ended up finding this. I think I found it still. I wanted it. Asked my mom, I wanted it. She got it for me. I think we paid like $2 for it, which is not bad for a figure. Overall, it's something I actually had. I'm actually glad I still have it. I have it with me. It's actually a really, really nice figure. Like, a detail for this is actually pretty good for those who want to know. And this is the thing I kind of hate that a lot of nowadays figures kind of no longer have anymore, because despite the fact that this is made back in like 1998, because it is kind of set on here when this was produced in 98. You can barely see it, but it's 1998 when this was produced. But what's it called? Or 1980, 1999, like around there. But you can see right here the detail work, the sculpting for it is still pretty nice. You can see all the skill detail work for it. This right here is pretty nice. The face right here sculpting is pretty beautiful too as well. You can see right there with all the gills, where the hinge of the jaws at. The teeth right there really looks phenomenal. The like under gills right there for the neck, because because this Zilla right here is based on iguana, so it's got a lot of iguana features. The scales, the spikes on the back looks pretty nice right here. It is a little bit dusty, I will say this, because what's called, he's been on my showings for like a long time. I really have not gotten around to clean him. Really should. But overall, he still looks pretty good. He's a little bit faded. Like I said before, it's been like 20 plus years since I've had this guy, so there's going to be fading. You can see a lot of the blue, the metallic blue grayish color that he technically has gone away. I did kind of want to restore him to back in his glory colors, but I had to figure out the color scheme for this, so I am going to probably do that, but I'm going to have to do that like a little bit later. But overall, still pretty nice. I do love the detail work of the destroyed city buildings right there. Let's go see on the sculpting on the feet for his base, which is pretty nice. You can see, I don't know if you can see that right there, it does have the Godzilla 98 logo right there. It's a little bit hard to see right here on the camera, but you can barely see it. If I had some panel lining or some like dark marking, I could probably get that to see right there. Overall, it's a really nice figure. It does have some movement. What's called is it has some hinges on the tail and the torso right here, so it's able to move. No problem at all, which is actually what I did like about this. That it did have the movement, so it's pretty great. And also, this is actually one, and another thing too, I like the fact that, like I already mentioned before, I do love design. I do love design for Zilla right here. I do like how they made it. And as a kid who also recently watched all the Jurassic Park movies, he is like Raptor to T-Rex ish, so that's actually one of my other things too. There's also the fact that I also used to play a lot with my Jurassic Park T-Rex I used to have, which I don't have that original one, but I do have a new one that I ended up getting, which I'm pretty sure I've shown before on the channel in one of my other videos when I was doing review sizes. I don't know where he's at around, but I do have a new version of that T-Rex. But overall, pretty nice figure. I actually really am glad I still have this around, because I know this is something you can't get anymore. You probably could find this on eBay, but what's it called? I don't know for the price for this. I know last time I did check around, I think it was a couple months ago or last year, I wanted to see if I could find this. I did find this on eBay. I think the price was around between like 10 to like $20 max, which is like, okay, some people do have this, but it's not that much around. It is, I guess, kind of a rare. kind of rare figure if I go do say so myself. Overall, still pretty nice figure if I do say so myself. So I like the fact that over 20 years later, it still has good detailing. The paint job is starting to fade away with some of it, but overall still pretty nice. Like I said before, they did well on the sculpting for this. You can see the very much detail works on all this. It looks still phenomenal. I might do some touch-up work on them later down the line, just to bring them up to how it used to be, but that's going to be a little bit later because I need to perfect the color scheme that this is, because it's kind of like a metallic blue right here, metallic blue gray. But overall, nice little figure. I'm actually glad I still have this around. You can't really find these figures anymore, if I'm going to be honest. This is something that was made back in 98, 99, and was mass produced, but then you know how it is. Overall, people lose them, throw them away, they get tossed, disappear, a lot of stuff. So the ones that are still around is still pretty great that you're able to find these. And as a Godzilla collector myself, I'm really glad to have this in my collection, because then again, you're probably never going to find this again. If you can, I do recommend eBay. You're probably going to find some of them there. I don't know how the price will be yet. So that's going to be on you trying to see it. Overall, still nice, pretty good figure. And yeah, it's something I've had in my collection. It's something that's still going to be with me long after anything else. But yeah, if you did like the video, folks, please consider dropping a like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it, folks. And as always, have a nice day. This is I, Pyro, signing out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.